What is with Amazon these days? I try to buy a children's angel costume so that it'll be comically small, and it comes and it actually kind of fits me. Like, what is with that? How am I supposed to interact in a world in which I cannot look horrific at any time of day that I choose? If you're watching this in real time, it is nearly Valentine's Day. Love is in the air. It's time for you to get your act together. It's time to shape up as a spiritual loving being. Love, what it means, how we express it, how we give it up to others, how we give it back to ourselves. And today we'll be featuring the classic text on love. Oh wow, that's embarrassing. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. The summary said that it actually had very good practical lessons for life, so I was hoping that it would be this kind of like cute combination of erotica and Winnie the Pooh. I looked through it. It doesn't seem like that's gonna be the case. I do love the illustrations. I think they're actually very good. And it seems like pretty standard. Like, this is basic. Everybody should know that at this point. Like, none of this actually requires any level of physical fitness. I thought I was gonna have to give like advice. Pretty simple. I don't know why you need a book about this. I hadn't seen that one. Like, okay, that's pretty impressive too. Oh. I didn't look at this very thoroughly. Wow, okay. I think, okay, this is what happened. I saw like this one. And I was like, okay, that's pretty simple. I don't think I have anything that I need to learn here. My intention with this video is to inspire you in this time of love and this time of exploration to really come back to your own self-knowledge of intentional relating. We will be doing a quick book review, a quick skim of the Kama Sutra if you've ever been curious about what you might find there. We will talk through 3 poses to bring some dynamism to your love life, to your own self-confidence and self-presentation. And given the fact that I didn't find too much wisdom in this ancient love text, I'll be sharing a few reflections that I've experienced recently. Today's video is a bit wandering in the narrative. I fully own up to that. I'm gonna blame my glasses. They make it tough for me to see straight. I can't wear these. This is gonna be impossible. So that's what's happening. I will provide chapters in case you wanna skip to one of these specific sections. This has been such an ad hoc video. I only thought about saying this too late. Preface. In the beginning, the Lord of Beings created men and women. In 100,000 chapters, brief, laid down rules for regulating their existence. Okay, not helpful. Part 7 has been omitted. Isn't that the main part? Wait, what's part 7 again? I get to learn about courtesans, but I don't get to learn about seduction. That seems a little bit of an oversight. Oh, this one sounds brutal. Chapter 3, hidden in the back of the book. Examination of the state of a woman's mind. And don't do that. If she listens to him but does not manifest to him in any way her own intentions, he should then try to gain her over by means of a go-between. What? If she doesn't have an intention, nothing should occur. A woman who lets a man make up to her but does not give herself up, even after a long time, should be considered as a trifler in love. For the first 3 days after marriage, the girl and her husband should sleep on the floor, abstain from sexual pleasures, and eat their food without seasoning, alkali or salt. You can't have sex or salt? Come on, like, it's a honeymoon, there should be salt. I think the author comes from the tradition of having a hook at the beginning of each chapter. I don't think they understood that the hook is supposed to make people want to read more. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that maybe I don't actually want to read this book. Sucking a mango fruit. Okay, so the list, so I picked another random page. I've randomly flipped to page 78, and here we begin with a list. Kissing, rubbing, sucking a mango fruit, swallowing up. Oh, and this is about eunuchs. At the end of each of these, the eunuch expresses his wish to stop, but when one of them is finished, the man desires him to do another. And after that is done, then the one that follows it, and so on. So very straightforward, clearly. I thought, like, when I talked, it was a little absent-minded, sparse, hard to follow. This is a new level. This is a new level of inspiration for me and my content, honestly. We gave that a try. I thought we were gonna read this book and I was gonna pick some favorite things and then we were gonna do some poses for that. I'm not feeling like particularly inspired by the book though. So let's see. For this Valentine's Day, we're just gonna have to make up our own. Then we can all just get to the chocolate sale on the 15th. How's that sound? Okay, yeah, let's just do, so this isn't completely clickbait. The first one actually would help you with sex, goddess pose. And this one really is a way to both work your thighs, your hamstrings, open up your chest and your heart, feel a little bit like a goddess, like really let your heart shine forward. Feel how vulnerable but also empowering it can be to expose yourself, expose your entire chest, open your pelvis, take ownership of this is me, this is my body. I'm here right now on my mat and I'm ready to go. And you can invite some hip stretching into this pose, moving your shoulders from side to side, planting your hands on your knees. This is good because it's a little bit of a workout, but it's also a stretch. Next pose, frog. This is a hip opener. You'll want to gently ease into it based on the flexibility of your hips. You are trying to have 90-degree angles with both of your knees and gently ease more towards the ground. You can use props underneath your pelvis while you're working your way down there. As you do this pose, you might notice there probably is a decent amount of trauma and stress locked up in your hips as it relates to your yoni, so be really gentle with that. Be really welcoming of whatever sensation is there. In order to claim your sexuality, your body, your ability to open in a safe, supporting container, you do have to face all the things in the way of that, all the trauma that's compounded on top. The last one we'll do is Happy Baby. It's a much more gentle hip opener. This one you're just gonna put your feet or your knees or your calves in your hands and you can sort of sway from side to side. Massage through your pelvis. Breathe all along your spine, even all the way from hands to fingers to toes. Engage with the grounding sensation of this pose. Trust, especially in this one, because it is reclined, it's more relaxed, that this is also a time that you can take stock, you can get back in touch with your mindful, intentional practice of love, of self-love, of lovemaking. In all of these positions, you really want to be balancing the feeling of stretch as well as relaxation, confidence, ease. I don't know how much information you actually need about why these poses would help you heal your relationship to your yoni or for sex. I think I'm just gonna let you paint the picture yourself. A few things that I've learned about relating mindfully. Love, it's fucking brutal, but it is the best ways to embody an energetic knowledge about yourself, about the world, even the terminology. It's literally attraction. It's about this energetic interaction. It's how you're embodying and showing up, being yourself. I used to spend a lot of time trying to be loved rather than trying to be loved. A lot of my appearance used to be based in this very conflicted openness to love. I had a very punky period. I mean, I'm not saying this is why everyone dresses this way, but for me, I realized that I had these very loud hair or makeup or outfits, edgy, a little dark and scary. I wanted to be seen as this sexual object, but I wasn't ready to engage with it in this full sense. I wasn't ready to let love in. One book that revolutionized my relationship to my body and my seeking of sexual partners was Dear Lover by David Data. That one, highly recommended. It's mostly written for women. It really helped me own my femininity, my womanhood, how I want to show up in a relationship. This is what I would recommend. So I listened to it as an audiobook whenever I was going to the gym. So it's like I get pumped the F up about myself, my body, my womanhood. I go work out in a cute outfit. Like I feel seen, and that works actually. In fact, I think not having that strong masculine voice to hold you to your womanhood, essentially to be that container, you can just continue through the patterns. You can continue through how the majority of relationships go these days and not really grow. I made some real significant changes. Well, it's like very subtle changes with very significant impact. If you enter relating with intention, you'll learn so much more quickly whether there's a match with a person. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing when you realize you're not compatible with someone, because the worst thing you can do is stay in a relationship that you don't want to be in. Especially as women, quite often we spend time trying to make him like me or them like me, or what do I have to do to like attract or keep or whatever. And it's like, you shouldn't do anything for that outcome. Like you should just be so fully yourself and in what you need, what you're looking for in the moment. As long as you're putting that energy out and continuing to evolve and learn how you relate to that energy, what kind of energy it should be, the world will respond. The people you're trying to attract will find you, and the people that you shouldn't be attracting, the people that aren't going to fit into the type of relating that you're creating in this moment, or the type of life that you're creating, they'll fall away so fast. And that should be the goal. Fully the goal. Yeah, I don't feel like any loss. I mean, okay, that's not true. Love will always hurt. It's always gonna hurt to open your heart, like no matter what. Is it gonna be really hard to take any of my advice seriously with my outfit on? This video has been a bit of a tangent, but I hope that it's helped guide you back into your center, back into an appreciation for wholesomeness, for self-love, for intentional, mindful relating. It's encouraged you to find your own source of infinite wisdom within your own body.